Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam here, and another day, another phenomenal gift of present. That's what we like to call present, right? Present time. Guys, interesting day today, to say the least. Um, First of all, our email automation system decides to block us because apparently we had a lot of spam reports, and a lot of those spam reports were kind of like false. They were not like real, and so at the end of the day, we figured it out and we got the block removed. But it was kind of scary moment because I was driving, meeting with one of my business partners, and I was driving down, and I get this notification from our automation email system saying, "Sorry, your email is blocked. Like we're not going to let you send any more emails, automated emails." And I'm like, "What is going on?" So luckily, I got I didn't get to come back to the office right away to fix the problem. I had to meet someone, which phenomenal individual. We're going to have this person featured in our podcast in the future. This gentleman at one time, I think, did a couple hundred flips at a time. So we're going to definitely introduce him in our podcast very soon. So we got to meet him, phenomenal individual, love the man. And this was our first time meeting him, and a lot of great conversation that took place, and we're definitely excited to work with him in the future as well. After that, really, we're getting our new office, and this is the lease right here. We've been working on it, and there's some clarification that we need to have before we move in to our new lease. So a little confusing, but had our attorney come and clarify it. We'll get it all resolved. So today's just been like one of these things. When these things happen, all I do is just pray and really rely on the wisdom from God, and patience is big because I'm guilty of that. A lot of times when things don't go in my way, I get impatient. I'm like, man, we gotta move quickly. We gotta go faster. And if it doesn't, the world is gonna come to end. So I'm always struggling with myself, and I think that's really what. And I've been reading this particular Bible passage in the Bible where Jesus said, if you want to be my disciple, you have to deny yourself and follow me. And I've been really thinking about what that means. Like, deny yourself, pick up your cross daily and follow me. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, what does that mean? Like, how does that translate to like my own action in my daily life? And how do I make it practical, right? And thought about it, prayed about it. And I finally realized this is it. Like, when I get impatient, okay, I have to kill that side of me, right? Like my humanly side, my flawed humanly side says, Sam, you got to go fast, and there's no time to wait. Screw patience, and we're gonna go get to our destination. That's my personality, and the Bible says, to deny yourself every day and pick up your cross daily and follow Jesus. Basically, the whole idea of that to me is I gotta adopt the patience that comes from Jesus, right? I myself don't have the power to exercise patience. I have to rely on a divine power for that patience. So I'm starting to understand what that means. Like, I need to not allow the impatient side of me take over, right? To be dominant. I have to allow the patience that comes from Jesus to like really give me peace about the pace that we're going. And of course, I'm working as hard as I could and giving my 120% at everything that we do, whether it's our YouTube videos or our programs. Everything we do, right? And a lot of times I get disappointed because things don't move as fast as I want. So Dennis says, just checking in. Hey, what's going on, Dennis? From Milwaukee, not too far from Chicago, that is. So hey, Dennis. So yeah, I mean, today's been this all day long, like up, like emotionally high, emotionally down. Overall, it's good. I think today is one of those like mini steps, but from what I'm understanding from life, what I'm learning from life is that these mini steps, right? They're so small, like they're not big, large steps, but they're small steps. But ultimately, you step back and you look at the big picture. You can definitely see the progress happening, and I've been relying on God, of course, and I've been working with a lot of people to help us, and in return, I'm helping them, type of deal. And things been moving in the right direction. Sometimes it doesn't, and then you know what? Let's make this a topic today. Patience, right? Sometimes it may seem like you're actually walking backwards, but sometimes that walk backwards also gives you the opportunity to walk 5 steps forward, right? If you're always walking like 1 step forward, right, and that's all you're busy doing, sometimes you get too busy to realize that you may have missed an opportunity where you can take 5 steps if you just walk back, slow down, and look at the big picture and say, okay, if I do that, I can take like 8 extra steps just by doing that. But if you're too busy just doing 1 step, you miss those opportunities to kind of come back to this area where you can examine yourself. You can have this introspective moment where I'm like, okay, where do I need to stop and go, and where do I need to go and pay attention to? So here's a cool story and an example and analogy. You'll love this story. And I'll share the story and kind of close out tonight. But how many of you guys tried growing a bamboo tree? Anybody? Like, I'm sure some of you guys have. I know most of you haven't. But if you really want to learn a lesson of patience, buy a bamboo tree from IKEA, okay, or Hobby Lobby for $4. Get a vase of water and start there. And you'll start to understand, if you really want to progress forward in your life, whether it's your business, your spirituality, whatever it may be, it's almost like growing a bamboo tree, okay? A bamboo tree, when it first, at its infant stage, you got to keep watering it. Like, bamboo eats a lot of water. I'll tell you that. Like, it can suck up water just like that. But you need a lot of water, a lot of humidity for bamboo to grow, and a lot of warm temperature, of course. So for the first 3 to 5 years, when you're growing your bamboo, this baby bamboo that you have, you're constantly watering it, and it almost seems like nothing really is happening, or it almost seems like you have a defective bamboo, and you need to return it for a refund. But truth be told, you can keep on watering it for 3 years or 5 years, and on the 3rd or the 5th year, the bamboo tree will grow 60 feet. Okay, 60 feet. So that's almost 7 stories tall. Okay, that's insane, right? So 3 to 5 years, it's not going to grow. Maybe it grows an inch. Okay, it's gonna grow really slow. Like, you may not even notice that it's growing. But on the 3rd or 4th year, it's going to grow 60 feet. So one thing that I've realized is that when you're working on a business, when you're working on something, for the first 2 to 3 years, nothing might happen. Or in fact, it may feel like you're walking backwards, or you're making negative progress, right? But on the 3rd year, you're going to see some massive, like, it's always that one last piece that makes the picture complete. Does that make sense? So you can have the biggest and the brightest light bulb, but if you don't have electricity in there, it's not going to glow. It's not going to give off light, right? So it's almost like a switch that's being turned on, and boom, you got lights on. So you can be working. You're investing. You're putting all the time in. You're putting all these, a lot of stress, a lot of hours, a lot of money into this one thing that you're working on, whether it's a business or investing or whatever it may be. Nothing might happen in 3 years. And a lot of times, unfortunately, people quit. They're like, yeah, 2 years in, this isn't working, or I've tried everything I got. It's not happening, yada, yada, yada. But honestly, like what we talked about the other day, we talked about the rule of 10,000 hours, right? It takes 10,000 hours to really perfect something. It takes 3 to 5 years to really get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm starting to see results. Like, I'll tell you my personal story. I swear this is the last story I'll tell for tonight. When I first started this business, the real estate investing business, in 2014, the first 3 years, really nothing was happening. Like, we were going out looking at deals, we were making offers, we were trying to buy houses, and it's not working. All of our offers were being turned down. Like, we were making zero money. In fact, we were making negative money because we were constantly putting money into this business and nothing was happening. On our 4th year, third or 4th year, 2017 was, 2014 is when we started. 2017 is when we started seeing results. In 2017, we bought close to $4 million of real estate, and we're starting making money like that. Like, we started making 6 figures. Last year, we made like $130,000. And then this previous year, 2018, we made $250,000, and 2019, we're on track to make $500,000. So, it takes incredible amount of time just to see your first dollar, first paycheck, whatever it may be, if you're working on a business. So give your business up to 3 years with everything you got for you to see success. Okay, if you're not willing to commit to that, I would say go back to working for a job. Okay, go back to doing what you used to do. Maybe you're better off there, but you need to commit yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to grow this business and I will work my butt off for the 3 years so that the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, this business is going to take care of me and that I will have financial freedom. Okay. 3 years is not that bad, guys. Kids go to school for 4 years. Okay. You can spend that same amount of time really crafting your business, whatever you're working on that's going to feed you and help you and allow you to thrive and just grow into abundance. Whatever you're working on, focus on it for the 3 years. And I promise you're going to see some big miracles happening 3rd, 4th, and 5th year out. Okay. And you can be working for a full-time job, for a full-time, you can be working for a boss, and on the side, you can be working on this for 3 years, just constantly keep on working, just pick at it for 3 years. Okay. You're going to see your business grow exponentially. And this is my own personal story, because for the first 3 years, people were laughing at us, they were scoffing at us. They're like, oh, Sam and Dan, you guys should quit real estate investing. You've been at it for a long time. Why should you even continue? You're not making money, right? People were like, oh, you should be careful, slow down. Don't go crazy on this real estate investing thing. And people were criticizing us, saying, hey, you should not be putting money into it. This isn't working for you. Listen, hey, you said you started a real estate investing business. That was 6 months ago. How come you're not making any money? Right? We were getting all sorts of criticism. People were laughing at us. People were mocking us. And jokes on them, some of those people are asking us to teach them on real estate investing. But it wasn't until like our 3rd year until we hit it off and we were buying apartments after apartments. And today we have like 4 different businesses that are doing really, really well. And it takes incredible amount of patience, guys. Your patience will be tested. I promise you that. Yeah, Julian is saying they hate us because they ain't us. Great quote. I know where that quote's from. I'm not going to tell you what movie it is, but I know which quote that is. Yeah, guys, I'm going to go and it's 11 o'clock Central. I am going to go to sleep and I take a break. I'm drinking green juice. This is wheatgrass. Phenomenal if your body is acidic, if you have a lot of stress, if you're going through a lot of anxiety. What happens is if your body is in stress, your body tends to release all these acid into your bloodstream. Wheatgrass kind of helps it fight back some of the acidic of your stress and emotional turmoil that you're going. You'll be surprised. A lot of the mentality and like emotion that you go through affects a lot of your body. Okay, like if you're going through anger, if you're going through fear, you're gonna start to feel it in certain parts of your body, and that's all the acid that's building up. So wheatgrass juice kind of helps me fight some of the acid. I don't sell this. I'm just, go buy it off Amazon. Bought it for like $5 for like powder. Just mix it in and boom, you're done. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end the stream today. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow to wrap up this week. All I have to say, I'm so thankful to God that he gives us this opportunity to speak to you guys, to share what we have, to share our little wisdom that we have. We don't have much, but we're going to give everything that we have that is ours, because at the end of the day, everything that we own, that we have, isn't really ours. It really comes from God, and we're just entrusted to manage it as good stewards. So, guys, love you, appreciate you. We'll come back tomorrow night, share some more thoughts with you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take care.